I'm standing in a city that was bigger than ancient Rome, and nobody knows who built it. This pyramid behind me, they built it without wheels, without metal tools, without even like just how it's. I've been researching this place for months, and honestly, the more I learn, the less I understand. And that this thing is literally aligned with the stars. They encoded astronomical data into the architecture in 100 AD. Let that sink in. I'm standing on top of the Pyramid of the Moon right now, and I need you to understand this avenue behind me, it's almost 2 miles long, 2 miles, built in 100 AD with no machines. And this road, they called it the Avenue of the Dead. Not because people died here, because the platforms lining it looked like tombs. But trust me, this place was very much alive. 30 miles northeast of Mexico City, a flat valley surrounded by volcanic mountains. This is where, around 100 BC, someone decided to build something the world had never seen.
And then, everyone left. And nobody knows why.
But before the silence, there was this. Every single morning at sunrise, priests stood at the top of these pyramids, performing rituals for thousands of people gathered below. This was the heartbeat of an empire. Their world was built around two obsessions: the rain god Tlaloc, who controlled their harvests and survival, and the sacred ball game, where the stakes were sometimes life itself. We're going to talk about both. At its absolute peak, around 400 AD, Teotihuacan was home to 200,000 people. Larger than London, larger than Rome, the most powerful city in the entire Western Hemisphere. And it looked nothing like the gray ruins you see today. The pyramids were painted bright red and white. The entire city was plastered and painted. It was vivid, it was loud, it was alive with color.
Okay, so this right here is an irrigation canal. Still here, still visible, 2,000 years later. They built the agricultural system first and then built the city around it. That's not primitive, that's genius-level urban planning.
They farmed on floating garden beds, chinampas, built directly in the waterways. Multiple harvests per year, zero wasted land, zero wasted water. In 200 AD, let that sink in. Every drop of that water was sacred. This is Tlaloc, the rain god. He appears on virtually every painted wall in Teotihuacan, hands dripping water onto corn. Corn that fed an empire. These murals are still here, still vivid. 1,500 years underground, and the turquoise paint hasn't faded. These people knew how to build for eternity. Around 650 AD, something catastrophic happened. The city bombed. The population collapsed. And by the time the Aztecs arrived 700 years later, they found this. A ghost city, buried under jungle. So enormous, they thought only gods could have built it. They named it Teotihuacan, the place where men become gods. And that name stuck, because to this day, we still don't know who these people actually were.
Okay, so here's where the story actually begins. Around 200 BC, this valley was empty. No pyramids, no city, just flat land and a sacred cave. And then someone arrived and said, here, we build here. But who were they?
These are the residential compounds. Each one housed around 100 people, an extended family, their craftsmen, their servants. And look at the walls. Those frescoes are still there, still painted, right here in the open air. Every family had a courtyard altar at the center. They worshipped at home. The sacred was not separate from daily life. It was built into the floor plan. And this right here?
Okay, so imagine this, you're a merchant. You've traveled for 3 weeks from the Maya lowlands, and you see this market, the largest market in the entire hemisphere, 50,000 people trading every single day, obsidian, cows, and martyrs as animal.
Every class of citizen moved through these streets simultaneously. Priests with jade jewelry, merchants carrying goods from hundreds of miles away, women with children.
And here's the thing that blows my mind. We don't know what language they spoke. We can't read their writing, we don't know their rulers' names, we don't know what they called themselves. Okay, this behind me, this is what the Temple of Quetzalcoatl actually looked like. Not the gray stone you see today. This painted turquoise records, every surface covered in jewelry, and from Mesorians saw this for the first time, imagine what they felt. Inside the residential compounds, life was surprisingly comfortable. Running water channeled through stone conduits, painted walls in every room, central courts with archers, these were not mud huts.
Every room told a story. The walls were literally a library. Gods, animals, rituals, astronomical events, all painted in the same flat profile style that is instantly recognizable as Teotihuacan art.
What we do have are the walls. Hundreds of square meters of intact painted plaster, still underground, still being discovered. Every new excavation reveals another chapter of a story we're only beginning to read.
At its peak, this city generated more wealth than any other place in the Americas. Not from conquest, not from slaves, from trade, from craftsmanship, from the most organized economy the ancient world had ever produced.
And this small piece of obsidian was essentially the oil of the ancient world. And it was a strategic resource, used to make the sharpest blades, tools, and high-status objects at dispower and wealth.
Obsidian. Volcanic glass, sharper than surgical steel. Teotihuacan sat on top of the richest obsidian deposits in all of Mesoamerica. Arrowheads, blades, ritual figurines, sacred discs. Over 600 workshops in this city produced obsidian goods for the entire continent. Tlaloc, god of rain, god of fertility, god of life itself. He was everywhere in Teotihuacan, on walls, on pottery, on the faces of the dead. The elite wore his face in jade, the most precious stone in the ancient Americas. To wear jade was to wear power. Every object told a story. Every pattern on every vessel, a cosmic map. These people encoded the universe into everyday life. And then there's this, the paradise of Tlaloc, a world of eternal water, flowering trees, dancing figures. This is what they believed waited for you after death, if the god accepted you. Painted on palace walls across the city, a promise, a vision, a reward. Believe, obey, sacrifice, and paradise was yours. At its peak, Teotihuacan was home to 200,000 people, the largest city in the Western Hemisphere, larger than Rome.
Okay, so this is the tunnel. And I know what you're thinking, girl, get out of there. But trust me, what they found down here, insane.
The tunnel runs 340 feet directly beneath the pyramid, carved by hand, sealed for over 1,800 years. The walls, coated in a powder made from magnetite and pyrite. In torchlight, it would have looked exactly like a sky full of stars. They called it the underworld, the axis of the cosmos, the place where the living could touch the dead. Deep inside, burial chambers.
The identity of Teotihuacan's builders remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of history. No written language, no royal portraits, no names, just the pyramids.
Like, imagine being in that crowd. You don't know if you're going home tonight, or if you are the offering. This city didn't just rule through armies, it ruled through awe.
At its height, Teotihuacan hosted pilgrims from across Mesoamerica.
And when a ruler died, the whole world noticed. This was not just a funeral, it was a message to all. The empire endures.
Foreign kings sent gifts. Thousands came to witness the burial. The dead were carried through the city they built, one last time down the avenue of the dead. At the funeral, more sacrifices, more bodies sealed into the pyramid's core, guardians for eternity. The city literally built itself on top of its dead. This was the engine of Teotihuacan's power. Not just trade, not just architecture. Fear, spectacle, religion. The three things that kept 200,000 people in line for 500 years. They even flooded the Citadel Plaza during sacred ceremonies, recreating the primordial sea from which the sacred mountain rose. The myth made real. In water, in stone, in blood. But the priests and rulers pushed too hard. Too many sacrifices. Too much control. The people had enough. Around 550 AD, the elite district burned. Deliberately. Systematically.
Okay, so I'm standing on top of the Pyramid of the Sun right now, and guys, it is insane up here. Like every single thing you see, that road, those platforms, all of it was built without wheels, without metal tools, without any animals to carry the stones. And the craziest part? We still don't know who these people were. They left 0 written records, 0 portraits, 0 names.
No cranes, no machines, just tens of thousands of human hands, basket by basket, stone by stone, for over 100 years. Archaeologists estimate it took between 6 and 10 years to build the Pyramid of the Sun, with 15,000 workers working every dry season. The math is staggering. The dedication, incomprehensible. The city that was once the center of the world now sits 30 miles from Mexico City. Tourists walk where kings once ruled. Vendors sell souvenirs where obsidian workshops once ruled.
There's something about this place that does something to you. Like it was designed to make you feel small and incredible at the same time. So that's Teotihuacan. The city with no name, no ruler we know, no written history. If you made it to the end of this video, drop a forking in the comments. I read every single one. Subscribe if you want more lost civilizations, forgotten empires, and places that make you question everything. I'll see you at the next one. Bye!